Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I'm going to start my story off with a memory from childhood. So I don't remember exactly how old I was, but let's say around 7 or 8. But I went through this phase where anytime guests would come over, as soon as the doorbell rang, I would rush to my room, grab a book and a lamp, and hide myself off in the closet, which is a weird phase. My parents were baffled by this. I was baffled too until I got a little older and started to understand a little bit about what maybe was going on. I think there were a couple things. One, I later learned that I'm an introvert. And so that means that when I'm around people, even if I love the people, it drains energy from me. And so as a child, I think I struggled with understanding those difficult feelings of like people I like coming over, but I don't want to see them. So that was part of it. And then I think also that was what was playing a part of it was, even at that young age, I was introduced to the voice of my inner critic. And I think we all have had at least one experience in our life where that inner critic has said some not so nice things to us. And mine was particularly harsh. And at that age, I didn't know what to do about it other than to just believe it. So if it told me that I was nothing, that I wasn't smart enough or pretty enough or fun enough, I believed it. And the inner critic just makes you feel small. It makes you want to hide in a closet with a book and a lamp. And that's all I could do as a kid. But as I got older, I got a new strategy. My new strategy was, I'm going to fight against this inner critic. I'm going to work so hard that it doesn't have anything bad to say about me. And so I worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And as you all know, the inner critic is never satisfied. Never. No matter what you do and no matter how great you do it, that inner critic will have something to say about you. And so I struggled with this through high school, through college, through my early working years. It was just always this voice telling me that I was not good enough. One slight benefit of this is that you do tend to achieve a lot. I achieved quite a bit trying to satisfy this voice in my head. But those achievements were never done in peace. My anxiety was always at 100. I always felt small. I always felt like I just wasn't doing enough no matter how hard I was working. It was just an endless treadmill that would never stop. But then thankfully, I found Unity. So this was Unity Palo Alto out in California. That's where I first got introduced to it. And the principle that stuck with me the most was principle number 3, that talked about how our thoughts could create the experiences around us. And that was just a game changer for me. I realized they were, talking about how you can create heaven and hell right here on earth just based on your consciousness. And I realized I had been living in essentially hell every day for a very long time, most of my life. And so I learned there about the affirmations you can speak, the truth you can speak to yourself. And I had a new tool or weapon to use against this inner critic. It wasn't just I had to believe what it said. It wasn't that I had to fight against it to prove it wrong, but I could just speak back to it, speak that truth. And that started giving me a little more peace, a little more joy. Even though I wasn't hiding in the closet anymore as an adult, there were ways that I was still hiding. And knowing these affirmations and being able to speak this truth let me want to shine my light a little bit more. Now, I don't want to give you the wrong impression. My inner critic is still with me to this day. It was with me as I was preparing these words, but I have a much different relationship with it now. I know that I have an option of not listening to it, not fighting against it, but just speaking the truth of who I am, my being. I am whole, I am smart, I am beautiful, I am all the positive things I can say back to it, and I am very grateful for Unity for giving me these principles. And that is all.